Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. Today, talking about suicide prevention. This topic is very important, and I know if you've seen a few of my videos, you've probably heard me say that about quite a few topics. That's still correct, holds true. If any of my previous clients or people that just know me are watching this video, they're going to know that when I have session, the first two things that I really talk to my clients about are the concepts of safety and balance. For the purpose of this video, we're going to stick with the safety. Previously, I talked about limits to confidentiality. Now I really want to focus on the idea of suicide prevention, preventing someone from taking their own lives. Most of the people that I've spoken to that have ideation, that have thoughts of killing themselves, they will often have that desired outcome of relief. They want whatever that pain they are feeling in that moment to stop. And dying seems like the best possible outcome, the best way to make it stop. And for some, they might not understand that. They might not understand how others could think that taking your life, killing yourself, is going to be a solution to a problem. However, if you are someone that has never had those thoughts, count your blessings, have gratitude, and find some compassion, because not everyone has gone through what you have gone through, and not everyone may have learned the skills that you have had in resilience. True story. So let me go back. There are some things to look out for when either you yourself are experiencing ideation or you have a loved one that may have had thoughts of killing themselves. And I want to be very clear. Suicidal ideation is very different from homicidal ideation. Suicidal ideation does not equal homicidal ideation. Most of the clients that I have spoken with, and when I say most, I mean 99.9% of the clients that I've spoken to, worked with in the last 10 years, if they've had suicidal ideation, they have not once had homicidal ideation, meaning they've thought about killing themselves and have never wanted to take the life of another person. So let's go back. I want to go back to this idea of having relief. Again, someone that is in a place of wanting to kill themselves or thinking that killing themselves is the best option is often seeking a very permanent solution to what can be a temporary problem. And when I say temporary, I'm not saying that the problem is going to go away in a matter of weeks. This could be a year-long situation that is prompting these thoughts. And I still hold true to what I've said, because even if this temporary problem goes on for 10 years, death is forever. So no matter what, dying by suicide will always be a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Now, that is not to say that that problem is not incredibly significant. For those that are wondering what to kind of look out for, well, number one is when someone is telling you, I have thoughts of killing myself, or I have thoughts of harming myself. Self-harm, I think most people think about those that are cutting, either cutting their arms, their legs, their just different body parts. And certainly that is one way. However, self-harm can also be punching walls. It can also include pinching yourself. Carving, which is not as deep as cutting, However, carving could be used like with a safety pin where someone is scratching into their arm where you're bleeding and it's creating lasting marks and bruises. These are all self-harm amongst many other methods. If you are worried about a loved one, some things that you can look out for would be that person giving away items. If you notice that someone has their favorite movie collection, they have their action genre section, and you know that they love that collection, that they wouldn't even let you look at it for too long, and they give it to you, well, you know what? I remembered how much you liked it and I just wanted you to have it. So here you go. Yeah, that could be cause for concern. Another potential factor could be saying goodbye in various forms. So I want to be careful with this. I myself am a very affectionate person if you are in my support network. And when I say affectionate, I am affectionate with physical affection. If you're a safe person, I'll hug you, I'll give you kisses, ask my nephews, right? I love it. I'm also someone that is going to shower you with words. Right? I'm going to tell you that I love you because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I don't have those numbers, right? So no matter what, I want all my people to know how much they mean to me now. And that's just me. Not everyone is like that. And that is okay. If someone is not typically like that, and you find that they are telling you how much you mean to them and how much they would miss you and how proud they are of you and how much they know that you no longer need them. These are things to be looking out for when that person has a history of either depressive symptoms or even an official diagnosis of a major depressive disorder or a anxiety disorder or a trauma disorder. I'll take it a step farther. Although there is a vaccine out now and that's wonderful, we've still been in quarantine almost a year now. There are people that have historically not had problems with mental health that find themselves struggling. Another key factor is looking out for impulsivity, looking out for people that have just done things and they don't really play that tape through. They're not thinking fully of the consequences. That impulsivity is a huge risk factor. So definitely want to look out for that. Another example of a risk factor could be someone with extreme hopelessness that says, you know what, nothing's ever going to get better. I've done this, nothing is ever going to work. I'm always going to be in this way. Those are things to be looking out for when it comes to these signs of someone that's getting ready to kill themselves or having thoughts of killing themselves. I'm also going to say this. If someone is telling you that they have those thoughts, that is helpful because I am much more fearful of the person that has the thoughts and they don't say anything. When someone doesn't say something, that lets you know that they do not want you to stop them. And that is very dangerous. If someone tells me, well, now I can do something about it. For those that, have struggled with a severe mental health disorder, you might find that those urges of dying by suicide become stronger when you get more energy. So a lot of times people are hyper focused when someone is really, really sad, just low, on their low mood. The time to really focus and intervene is when that person starts getting some energy because now they have more of what they need. They have more motivation. They have more um, planning. They have more energy overall to go ahead and complete their strategy to die by suicide. Oh, this is part one. Part two is going to be discussing how to be helpful and some potential strategies that can be helpful with suicide prevention. I hope you find this video to be helpful. Stay tuned for part two. Peace and love.